Hey guys, Wolfrain88 here from Insert This Gamers, bringing you another episode of Japanese Mondays. Our main focus today is going to be God Eater 2. Now, most of you have most likely never even heard of God Eater 1, so let me get right into the explanation. So yeah, in order to understand God Eater 2, you need to know a little bit about God Eater 1. The game is pretty much set in a futuristic Japan. It's the year 2071, and the world's been destroyed by these mysterious monsters known as the Aragami. There's an organization known as the Fenrir who was pretty much made to exterminate the Aragami using weapons called God Arcs, which are made from the cells of Aragami. Those who specialize in exterminating Aragami are known as God Eaters. Now, originally God Eaters had one type, and their God Arcs could only go from a gun to a sort of sword or blade form. But, however, there have been new types discovered where they go between a gun and blade form, and they kind of stay modded in between. And since then, they've now been classified new types, and the previous ones as old types. And now that you're filled in with God Eater 1, we could jump straight into God Eater 2, which takes place 3 years after number 1. There's a new fatal pandemic called the Black Plague. There's no cure for it, and it's caused by coming in contact with something called Red Rain. There's a new special forces called Blood. It's basically a sort of a branch from the old Fenrir from the previous game, and they're sent in to investigate all these claims about people getting infected and all that stuff. In this game, you play the new protagonist, which they're going to take a sort of test to become a God Eater. But unlike the previous protagonists, they're going to, suffer from this new plague that's going around, and eventually they reawaken, they get past the pain, and they are now a God Eater. How the rest of it pans out, you'll have to, jump into the game to figure that out. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it seems like it's an upgrade from the previous game. One of the few things that they're showing you here in the video is that not only have they upgraded the battle style, but they've upgraded costumes, because in the previous game there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. But now you get to really customize your character as to how you want her or him to look like, and you get to customize the other characters as well, which is always fun. Aside from customization, there's also new blood arts, new attacks basically. In the previous game, everything looked pretty much the same, for every attack. But in this one, they have like scythes, for example, a brand new weapon, and that has a brand new attack pattern, a brand new look to it. And along with that, they also implemented something called blood oaths, where you basically make a blood pact with certain characters, and for a limited amount of time, you can unleash a massive amount of power to devastate an enemy should you so need to, which is one of the most crazy things I've seen up till now in this game. So I think most people are going to like it. It's definitely an improvement since the last game, and nobody can complain. And last but not least, cross-platform compatibility. What I did not mention was that the first game was not on a console. It was just, handheld. But now they're bringing it out for PS4, only in Japan, of course. And it looks goddamn good. There's no real change or difference in graphics that I really noticed, or at least not at first. But I guess I'd have to have the game and jump into it to really tap into that. And with that, I'm going to leave you to the rest of this clip, which basically adds another mystery to, your gameplay. All about the Helix tree, the characters. There's, a comrade that you need to rescue as well. And they're not telling you exactly who it is. They're not even getting close to showing you who it might be. So that's going to be nice to find out.
試してみるのも良いでしょう。ただしそれは終末捕食から得意点を取り上げることであり、再生なき永遠の破壊を生み出す引き金となること。I know I can make it. I'll stand up.
全力でぶっ潰したい。
私が
手貸してくれ。
諦めないと
ジュリウス、
決めたのです。
今度こそ助けに来たよ。
プレイステーションビータ、プレイステーション4用ソフト「ゴッドイーター2レイジバースト」。